Hi, and welcome to another Watson Brothers Stats video for December 2022. Gentlemen, we have a few things to discuss. One, the end of year stats, as well as your fabulous predictions. So why don't we go in to the end of year stats, Ian, because I know that is your favorite spot.
That is what I love to talk about, the stats. And we are finishing up 2022 with not the records we had at 2021, but I think we're in a good position moving forward for the coming year. Listings were up 8%, which is good because, as you know, we were really tight on inventory last year. Number of units sold is down about 35%, and the dollar volume of those units was down as well. I don't think that's news to anybody that's been watching these videos, and it ended the year relatively balanced in terms of how the number of sold units versus the dollar volume, which is important. We do see some changes, though, in the single-family homes that are for sale right now. That inventory, again, remains incredibly tight, although it is starting to increase, but that's more of a seasonal thing than it is just because of new inventory coming on the market. Remember, back in 2019, we were extolling the virtues of our $3 billion in sales, which was an amazing number. Last year, we were at $6 billion. This year, we settled down at $5 billion, which is still historically massive numbers in terms of sales. So while people were very doom and gloom, $5 billion in sales last year. Massive. Predictions. Avery, I'd like you to cue what Ian and I predicted last year so we can summarize.
We can assume interest rates are going to go up. We think there might be a cooling off period. There might be an end to blind bidding. I'm predicting that market, Ian, is going to start in about 2 weeks, in mid-January, It's low inventory and fast turnaround, meaning if you see a house, you need to buy it. Sales are going to fall compared to last year. You actually see the market tighten up, believe it or not. We're predicting more than it was last year. People that absolutely have to move. If you need to move for size, you need to move for location, you need to move because your lifestyle's changed, you're going to move.
As you can see, the weather was a little worse last year.
Minus 12.
I still remember that day clearly. However, our predictions were, all in all, pretty darn good, as they often are. We didn't foresee a few things, though, and we missed the speed with which the decline in the market took place. We did predict a decline, as you saw, but not as quickly as it happened. We did not predict how much inflation would impact the marketplace.
Or even the war.
And the war in the Ukraine really impacted things. Nobody saw something like that coming. So things did impact the market. Probably it happened quicker than we thought, but we could see what was coming. Ian wouldn't let me add in there that I predicted that the Argonauts would win the Grey Cup and Argentina would win the World Cup. And had you let me do that, I think that would have added more credibility to our predicting of sales. Sure.
We should add that in next year.
So, predictions then moving forward for this year.
Ian?
Well, I'm going to get Barrett to go first. Let's start with a few things that are really impacting the current inflation rate. We think that the price of oil, reflecting the price of gas, is going to come down. The price of a barrel will in fact go up is our prediction. The price of a liter of fuel will come down. Why are we talking about gas and real estate? Because we know how big an impact that has on the Alberta economy. We can already see it rocking and rolling in Calgary. Their market is incredible right now. When they get money, they don't spend it quite often locally. They bring it across the mountain to us. So that's going to help our market.
Love it.
I see a number of things impacting as we go forward next year. One is the job market. It remains incredibly strong. When we went into this last slowdown in 2018, 2019 period, if you remember, there was lots of layoffs. There was lots of companies going out of business, and there were many foreclosures. That is not the case right now. Unemployment rate is at historically low numbers. Foreclosure rates are at just let me check my notes, 0.6%, which is a historically low number. And the amount of mortgages and high risk mortgages is almost negligible in the Canadian market. Remember last time, Barrett, if you had a pulse and you could fog a mirror, as we used to say, you would get a mortgage. That's not the case anymore. You absolutely have to qualify for the mortgage that you're using to buy a house. And that has protected people going forward. And that should prove strong enough to allow most people to get through this downturn with solid fashion and come out well on the other end, which in turn protects the real estate market. So we don't see any giant crashes coming. What we do predict is in fact the opposite. Inventory is incredibly tight. There has been no new construction. Single family home construction is almost non-existent right across the country. And we are seeing an influx of immigration, 500,000 people this year. Where are they going to live? They're going to live in apartments and townhomes because that's what people can afford. So we see the apartment and townhome market doing better than the market as a whole, and the single family market remaining incredibly tight, forcing the resale market in the single family category higher. We think construction costs and pricing will remain high, which is going to impact the amount of new homes that are sold, brand new homes that are sold. But the resale market is going to gain strength and start to surge again.
You know what I like about that, though? Because then Barrett can talk all about what are your predictions for the interest rates coming forward?
Interest rates. I would also like to say that my brother does seem a little bit longer winded when it's not -12. He's comfortable in the home. We talked a lot. Interest rates. Boy, we've talked on this again, as Ian says, if you watch our videos, it's constant. And we have seen again on December the 7th, the Bank of Canada rate was raised, went up a half a point. We're hoping for a quarter, but went up a half. It's sitting right now at about 4.25%. So that's the highest rate since early 2008. The good news is, though, that even though that was the seventh hike of the year, it was smaller than some of the previous ones that were at a full 1 point. And you can actually still get a 5-year fixed rate mortgage at 4.5%. Although the larger, greedier banks you're looking at about 5.25 to 5.5. So our prediction, the next announcement date is scheduled for January 25th. When we predict it's only going to be a 0.25% rate increase. We feel there's going to be one more after that of a 0.25 point, and the third one of 2023 will be a goose egg. And at that point, we predict that people are going to watch a quarter, quite small. They're going to start to get excited. They're going to see zero. Those buyers that have really just been sitting on the sidelines for the last half year, 6 months, they're going to say, you know what? That's where the dust is going to settle. The world is not over. I'm getting back in the market. And that is going to put a pressure on inventory. We're going to see prices start to rise again. So in summary, interest rates are going to balance out in 2023, and that's going to push the market in.
And I believe,
we talked about the bottom a lot too.
And
right?
we believe that people waiting for the bottom, which is a misnomer, because where is the bottom? You never know where the bottom is. So like, where's the top? By the time you think you're at the top, you're already coming down. So we're going to see people hop in, not so much out of interest rate pressure and things. They're going to hop in because they need to. There's so many people that are sitting on the fence that over the last 2 years, 3 years of COVID have not either upsized, downsized, or moved sideways. They're all waiting. And when those people finish waiting and they hop back in, we're going to see inventory get tight again.
I have one further announcement to make, not so much a prediction, although I can predict it 100%. That after enjoying 26 years as a realtor, I am choosing to hang up my real estate license and change my role within Watson Brothers. I've spoken with my brother every day for 26 years, and that number is going to be not so regular.
Every second day now?
Probably every second day. So I'm going to continue to mentor our 2 new team members, Trish before you, Avery behind the scenes, as they assume my past role as a full-time realtor serving our clients. So my new role is going to be the pursuit of locating, specific raw land opportunities, single family, multifamily, getting involved in rezoning, helping our clients with opportunities specific to their needs. And once located, that won't be me. That's still going to be the Watson Brothers, being Ian and the team behind the scenes, doing all of the negotiations, the due diligence for our clients, as we've done for the past 25 years. So the Kelowna market, we know it's going to go back or nearly back to where it was in 2021. And, that's going to bring, increased pressure on finding these properties. And I look forward to doing that. I'll bring added value to our clients by locating opportunities and, of course, always promoting our sellers' homes along the way. So with the younger energy on our team, their skill set being totally different than mine and Ian's, which is very, very good at social media. That's all the buzz now. I'm going to put my experience to work behind the scenes. So if you have a buying or a selling need, now more than ever, want to be sure to reach out to us as a more dynamic team, as a more experienced team, and we really look forward to putting that to work for everyone in 2023. Ian. So not gone, I'm just kind of gone.
We look forward to our new opportunities because, as Barrett mentioned, it does provide us with the opportunity to explore different avenues and things that, frankly, Barrett and I have been so busy for so many years now, we haven't had time. We have more manpower, and now we've got somebody specifically looking for those special properties. So, in summary, this is Barrett's last stats video, and it's a little bit of an emotional time for the team because we've done this for 26 years. Yeah. But the fact is that things move on, and we've added some new great blood to our team, and we're excited to do it. So remember to always call.
I've signed off for 25 years.
Yeah, it's your turn.
26,
My turn. All right, well, always give us a call at 250-712-2222.